Well, here we go. I'm actually with Mr. Justin Liles, WDIO's Eyewitness Storm Team, master of everything. I get to actually, and he was surprised to see me because he hasn't seen me with all this.
The facial features. I've seen you plenty of times with the long hair, but I walked in, I'm like, who's this guy?
Yeah, so I got this going on. So he's a little shocked. The people at the door didn't let me in at first. They had to see it. That was tough. But nonetheless, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's fun talking to you every day.
No problem.
So what we want to know, and what I've been asked, and I want to know, what effects are El Nino going to actually have for us right here? I mean, a little bit warmer. I mean, back in the day, the 90s, I hardly remember it.
We had an El Nino in 97 and 98. I remember, the only reason I remember it was my sophomore year in college. And I remember, I went to St. Cloud State University, but I remember golfing on a local golf course on December 14th. And for some reason, I made a visual memory of that because it was so warm. It was in the 60s at that point. That winter turned out to be the second warmest winter on record here in the Twin Ports. We hardly had any snow whatsoever. We had 46 inches of snowfall total that entire year, and we're talking November through March. But we are seeing some snow, which is nice because we'd like to have for multiple reasons. One, we need a snowpack to help keep the ground temperatures warmer, so septic systems don't blow and don't freeze like that. So that's extremely important. We need a snowpack so we can get, we need at least 6 inches to a foot so we can get some of these snowmobile trails ready to go and some of these cross-country ski trails ready to go.
Right.
In 97, 98, it was the strongest El Nino on record. This year is forecasted to be even stronger. You go back to 97, 98, the entire year, the Duluth area had 4 days. And this is just quite remarkable. It had 4 days total where the temperatures were below zero.
Only 4?
Only 4.
Okay.
So, and if this year's even stronger, we may not even see a day below zero.
So are we going to get any substantial?
I don't think so. I mean, I have this graphic behind me, and again, we average about 86 inches of snowfall here in Duluth. I'm only going with about 46. And December's almost over. January tends to be dry, February tends to be dry, and then we get snowfall in March. So I don't really think we're going to see a whole lot. It's not looking that way. Now, on the flip side of this, you look at the impacts that El Nino has on our area. We're a huge outdoor community.
Correct.
People come up here to do the outdoors. They come up here to ski. They come up here to snowmobile. We have the John Bear Grease. We have the American Birkebeiner up in this area.
Yeah.
The Bear Grease has been canceled 4 times in the since I think 2000.
It doesn't look good this year.
It doesn't look good this year. They need at least a foot on the trail, but again, the trail that they run is along the North Shore, and Lake Superior's so warm that we continue to see that wet mix. Ski trails need at least a foot to pack down the snow. I know snowmobiles aren't happy. People who rely on snow removal.
Oh yeah.
Just hotels in general who require tourists to come up here. It's not going to be a good year economically for businesses.
Right. Yeah.
For people, though, they're going to save a ton of money at home.
Yeah.
Heating costs are going to be way low.
Right.
Not like what we experienced 2 years ago when we had that huge hike.
Right.
Gas.
Exactly. This is going to be a saver for sure for that. Well, man, thank you so much. The child, Nino. I couldn't find the outfitter. I would have wore it.
I don't even think you just tape El Nino across your chest and it would work. With what you got on here and the whole facial stuff.
Why not? Maybe I'll pop in on your newscast and I'll fly across and you won't know it. Yeah, that would happen.
That would be funny though. I would let it.
Thanks, man.
Sounds good. Thanks
he
for
rocks.
by.
I got to meet him right here. I'm gonna take a picture too right here.
Oh.
This is how famous he is. Look at, I'm gonna do a selfie. This is a selfie with. All right. Blog me. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
Have a good one.